Hello and welcome to Rise of Idiotics. In this video, I'm actually going to be talking about what I like about Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, or as it was done in the badly advertised trailer, Revenge of the Jedi, if you prefer that title. Either way, I'm going to be talking about what I like about this one, and, well, one of the things I like was the opening crawl, because, well, as it says, it explains everything. The next thing I like is the fact that there's a second Death Star that has been being built behind the scenes, because, the Death Star actually was a pretty decent idea, aside from the weaknesses, And also the fact that Darth Vader was being sent there to make sure that they were brought ahead of the schedule that the Rebels was leaked to the Rebels. And also the fact that Darth Vader is there to make sure that nothing gets messed up during the final stages of Death Star's construction. Palpatine. I also like the fact that Palpatine also shows up at the second Death Star, because he also wants to make sure that this Death Star gets finished in a timely manner ahead of schedule. Okay, now, you probably wonder, okay, but what about the Rebels? Okay, let me get to them. The Rebels are, caught up in a plot to rescue Han from Jabba the Hutt. Because he's in a carbonate slab in Jabba's palace on Tatooine. And, well, they slowly but surely infiltrate Jabba's palace. And it takes a while, but after a while, they eventually succeed, up to including Jabba's death. And, this fight, it took a while before they finally did rescue Han, but they did successfully, and I repeat, successfully rescue him. After this, Luke goes back, says hey to Yoda and all that good stuff. Yoda passes away. Then they all end up at the Rebel fleet, with Luke as well. And they talk about their plot to destroy this second Death Star and what it will take to do that. So, well, after they make their plans, Luke decides to join them, and then when they finally get there, they realize Luke realizes that he's put the entire mission to destroy the shield generator protecting the Death Star in danger. So he decides to surrender himself, which, okay, fine. Nice. And, he gets captured. And after he gets captured, he gets brought before the Emperor and all that good stuff. And, well, the Emperor then reveals to young Luke that it was he who allowed the Rebel Alliance to get information about this second Death Star. And, so when the Rebel fleet finally arrives, the Rebels on the ground, led by Han, get captured, and they aren't able to immediately destroy the shield generator. This failure to destroy the shield generator causes the Rebel fleet to have to engage in a battle with the Imperial fleet, which includes the Executor from the previous movie, The Empire Strikes Back. And this fleet battle takes a long time. And, well, they actually use the Death Star to destroy the Mon Calamari cruiser known as the Liberty, to basically show that, the Death Star was not as non-functioning as you were led to believe. And, Mon Calamari Admiral Ackbar basically was telling the fleet, all craft to prepare to retreat. It was Lando Calrissian, the scoundrel who practically had sold his friend Han out, who convinced Admiral Ackbar that they should stay. In fact, if it wasn't for Admiral Ackbar, they would have all left, and they wouldn't have ever gotten another chance to destroy or kill the Emperor. Okay, now this next thing I like is a deleted scene where the officer in charge of the Death Star is told that should the shield generator be destroyed, he's to fire the Death Star gun at the moon of Endor itself. Now you're probably wondering, why am I talking about this deleted scene? Well, this deleted scene was in the book, when I read it at least, and it showed that not all Imperial officers were evil people, and that some of them were, actually decent individuals who cared about the men under their command. And this guy, he wanted to obey his orders, but he didn't want to kill his own men as well. And this showed that this guy wasn't just your average grunt wanting to serve the Empire. In fact, it showed that this guy, he had a sense of honor, which is not common, or at least in the movies, was not commonly shown amongst Imperial officers. In fact, most of the Imperial officers at that time you had seen were literally afraid to even do anything against either the Emperor or against Darth Vader for fear that they would be killed, and rightfully so, because they would be. The next thing I like, well, a lightsaber duel between Darth Vader and Luke. You see, Luke was not wanting to kill his father and all that good stuff. Was he wanting to defeat his father? Yes, but not wanting to kill his father. He loved his father. In fact, Luke was willing to risk the destruction and the enslavement of the galaxy to save his father's soul, which, speaks volumes about him. It speaks volumes about the kind of person and about how strong-willed Luke had become since the 3 years prior, where he had lost his right hand by his father cutting it off. And, it's a lot of growth, but it happened. And, and of course, it allowed him to also realize that Luke himself could not defeat the Emperor. One of the last things I'm going to talk about, but definitely not the last thing I'm going to say I like, was the fact that they had Darth Vader himself, even after Luke had cut his father's own father, Darth Vader's right hand off with a lightsaber. Darth Vader, after seeing that his son was willing to die instead of kill his own father, he got pissed. He even screamed the word no when he lifted up his master, Emperor Palpatine, and threw him down the energy conduit leading to the main reactor to the Death Star. Killing the Emperor. And that act was Darth Vader's redemption from the dark side back to the light. And with that piece of redemption, when they did start to head their way off the ship, with Luke started to take his father off the Death Star, Darth Vader wanted to see his son with his own eyes, and Luke allowed him that because his father was already dying, and dead in fact, before the mask was removed. When you see his face, Darth Vader's face, the face of Anakin under that under the mask, you see a man who's tired and worn, and just you see somebody who is so full of regret for all of the horrible things that he's done with his life and what he had done in the service of Palpatine. And with that, I'm going to have to end this video with I hope you enjoyed, why I liked this video. You listen to why I like this video. Please give a like, subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. If you didn't like it, also explain to me why. And I'm openly willing to discuss it with you. Anyways, stay safe, people.